Hey everybody, welcome back to The Wicked Root. I'm Danny, that's Marcus,
Hey,
and you've got the face on.
I do not have a face on.
The face you get when you've read too much.
Okay, I have read too much.
How much?
11 hours, over 3 nights.
Oh no.
And I never even got to the part I sat down to read about. I kept getting stuck way earlier.
Earlier how?
Decades earlier. There's a house in Philadelphia,
Okay.
1946, and in it, there's a kid who thinks his mom is his sister.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Say that again, slower.
There's a little boy. The 2 adults raising him, he calls them mom and dad. Those are his grandparents.
And the sister,
Is his mother. Right.
okay. Who is this?
Theodore Robert Bundy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, but everybody knows that name, right? That's the one people think they know.
That's the problem, man. Everybody knows the name, nobody knows the house.
The Philadelphia house.
Where he starts. Born November 24th, 1946, Burlington, Vermont. A place called the Elizabeth Lund Home for Unwed Mothers.
Which tells you the whole situation right there.
It kind of does. His mother's Eleanor Louise Cowell. Young, unmarried, and it's 46. That's a social death sentence.
So what do?
What families did. Take the baby back to the grandparents' house and rearrange everybody. Grandparents become the parents. Louise becomes the big sister.
And nobody says anything.
Nobody says anything. For years.
How does he find out?
Okay, here I have to be careful. The versions differ. The one everybody tells is he found his own birth certificate. Some say a cousin threw it at him. Some say much later.
But they disagree.
They disagree. What nobody disagrees on is that at some point, he learns the shape of his life was a story people agreed to tell him.
See, that's the part that gets me. It's not even the lie.
What is it?
Everyone was in on it. Everyone in the room knew. And you were the only one who didn't?
And you can't unknow that. Once you learn people who love you can run a production on you,
Then everybody's running one.
then everybody's running one.
Okay, but hold on. Lots of people got lied to about where they came from. Most of them turn out fine.
Most of them turn out fine. Yes, thank you. That's the thing I need to keep saying out loud on this one.
So it's not the lie by itself.
It's the lie plus what else was in the house.
What else was in the house?
The grandfather, Samuel Cowell,
The one he thought was his dad.
the one he thought was his dad. And most of what we know comes from family interviews a psychiatrist did in '87. Dorothy Otno Lewis at the very end.
What'd the family say?
Violent temper, bigoted, loudly, and abusive to people in that house and to animals.
Animals.
Yeah.
So the kid grows up scared of him.
No, that's what stopped me. He idolized him.
He... what?
Openly. That's the man he wanted to be like.
Why would you...
Because when a house runs on one guy's temper, the safe place to stand is next to it, not across from it.
Huh. That tracks, actually.
And then there's the story, which comes out of those same interviews. So, family memory, decades late, in a hearing meant to save his life.
Noted. What's the story?
His aunt, Julia, she wakes up from a nap and the kitchen knives are laid out around her on the bed. And Ted's standing there, smiling.
How old is he?
3.
3.
3.
I don't know what to do with that.
Nobody does. And honestly, don't build the whole man on it. It's one story, told late, by people with a reason.
But it's in the record.
It's in the record.
So where does he go from there?
50, 51, they move him across the country, Tacoma, Washington. Louise marries a guy named Johnny Bundy in May of 51. He adopts Ted. That's the name.
So he gets a normal dad.
A decent dad, by every account. Hospital cook, took the kids camping,
That sounds better than fine.
and Ted was ashamed of him
Of the guy who adopted him.
because he wasn't rich and he wasn't polished. Ted talked about that house like a sentence he was serving.
Man, that's ugly.
It's really ugly, and it never goes away. This hunger for the version of himself with money and a name and the right car.
The car's gonna come back, isn't it?
The car comes back.
I hate that I know that.
So, through his teens, you get a split. Outside, fine. Nothing anyone flags. Just a guy.
And underneath?
Underneath, and this is mostly what he told people later, so grain of salt. Window peeping. Constant stealing. And a lot of the true crime pulp of the era. Detective magazines. Violence dressed up as sex.
At what point does somebody notice?
Nobody notices. That's the answer. Nobody ever notices.
For how long?
Basically forever, man. That's the whole story.
Great.
And then 67 happens.
What's 67?
He meets a girl at the University of Washington. In the books, she's Stephanie Brooks. That's a pseudonym. Her name is Diane Edwards.
And she's...
Everything the Tacoma house wasn't. Wealthy family, California, poised, sophisticated in a way he'd never been near.
So she's the life he wants.
She's literally the life he wants, walking around.
And let me guess.
68, she ends it.
Why?
No direction. He's aimless. He's immature. She's moving on. That's a breakup. That's a Tuesday.
That's every 21-year-old ever.
And for most people, it's a bad year. And then it isn't.
But not him.
He builds a whole person out of it.
What do you mean, builds a person?
Over 5 years, he assembles a display model of a man. Psychology degree from UW, 72. Volunteers at the Seattle Crisis Clinic.
Wait, crisis clinic, like the suicide hotline?
Like the suicide hotline.
He's answering the phone?
He's answering the phone, talking people off ledges. Overnight shifts.
No way.
And the woman working the desk next to him some nights is a former cop turned crime writer named Anne Rule.
Oh, come on.
Who liked him, who thought he was kind, who'd later write the book about him.
That's insane. Okay, keep going. I derailed you.
No, where was I? The display model. Right, degree, crisis line, a Republican campaign in 72 for the governor, Dan Evans. 73, law school, Utah.
So, on paper, he's the guy your mom wants you to date.
On paper, he's a future lawyer who volunteers.
And that's when he goes back to her.
Winter of 73. Shows up transformed, serious, going places.
And she buys it?
Completely. They talk about marriage. She thinks it's happening.
And then?
And then he stops taking her calls. She finally gets him on the phone, asks what's going on. He says, "I have no idea what you mean." Hangs up. She never hears from him again.
Wait, that was the point? That was the whole plan?
He said so, later.
5 years.
5 years of work for a phone call.
That's not a broken heart, man. That's a project.
And here's the part I sat with. The killings start weeks after that.
Weeks.
Weeks.
So does that mean she caused it? Because that's what it sounds like you're...
No. And I want to be clear, because that reading gets thrown around and it's garbage. She dated a guy in college and broke up with him.
Right.
What was coming out of him was already loaded. The rejection didn't build it. It gave it a shape, a face.
A face.
And this is hard to say out loud. A lot of the women taken in 74 looked a certain way. Young, long hair, parted in the middle.
Like her.
Like her.
Man. So he's in law school in Utah.
Not really. 73 he starts, and by spring of 74, he's stopped going.
Because he's busy.
Because he's busy. January 4th, 74. A woman named Karen Sparks is attacked in her own bed in Seattle. She survives. She lives with those injuries the rest of her life.
In her own bed.
Basement apartment. He came in through the door.
Okay.
February 1st, Linda Ann Healy, also a basement room, student. She did the ski report on the radio in the mornings.
The ski report.
She doesn't show up for it. That's how anyone knows.
Say the rest of them.
Donna Manson, Susan Rancourt, Roberta Kathleen Parks, Brenda Ball, Georgianne Hawkins. March through June, 5 different towns.
All students?
All around campuses. And the way he got to them is what nobody's ready for.
Which is?
He asks for help.
What?
Arm in a sling, or crutches, carrying books, dropping them, struggling to load something into a car.
And people help.
People help, because you would. I would. That's the correct thing to do when a guy on crutches drops his books.
That's a horrible thing to know.
The crutches part is his own account, by the way. He described the Hawkins one in '89.
And then there's the one in daylight.
July 14th, Lake Sammamish State Park, Sunday, 100 degrees, 40,000 people there.
That's a stadium's worth of witnesses.
Beer promotion, families, the whole thing. And that afternoon, a woman named Janice Ott disappears. A few hours later, same park, Denise Nasland.
Same park, same day.
Same day.
How does nobody see anything?
Oh, people saw. Several women that day got approached by a good-looking guy with his arm in a sling, needed help loading a sailboat.
And they said no.
Several said no, and several heard him give a name.
What name?
Ted.
He used his own name.
He used his own name.
Why would you?
Because it worked. Because nothing had ever not worked.
So now the cops have a name and a description.
They've got a name, a description, a sketch in the papers, and a tan Volkswagen Beetle.
There's the car.
There's the car.
So they get him, right? Like, that's it. That's the case.
His girlfriend called it in.
I'm sorry, what?
Elizabeth Klepfer. They'd been together since '69. She saw the sketch, and she called the police and gave them his name.
His own girlfriend called it in?
And Ann Rule called it in. And a professor at UW called it in. Different people, no connection to each other, all saying the same name.
So what happens?
Nothing happens. He's one of about 3,000 names on a list.
3,000.
It's 74, man. There's no database. There's a room with paper in it.
So the answer is sitting in the room.
In a box. For months.
Okay, give me a second.
Take it.
No, I'm fine. Where's he go?
Utah, fall of '74. Nancy Wilcox, Melissa Smith, 17. Her father was the police chief in Midvale.
The police chief's daughter.
Laura Amy, also 17. Halloween night.
And nobody's connecting Washington to Utah.
Nobody's connecting anything to anything. Different states, no shared system.
So what breaks it?
A girl named Carol DeRanch, November 8th. She's 18, at a mall outside Salt Lake. A man tells her he's a police officer, says her car's been broken into.
And she goes with him.
He calls himself Officer Roseland. He's convincing. She gets in the car.
And
she gets out. She fights, gets the door open, gets out of a moving car, flags down a couple driving by.
she got away.
She got away. Handcuff still on one wrist.
Okay, good.
And that same evening, 17 miles off, a girl named Deborah Kent doesn't come home from her high school. In the lot, they find a handcuff key.
So Duranch is the one who...
Carol DeRanch is why there's a case at all. She's the witness. She's the whole thing.
And they still don't have him.
Not till next summer. And honestly, dumb luck. August 16th, 75, a sergeant named Bob Hayward is parked in his own neighborhood at 2 a.m. A Volkswagen goes by with the lights off.
Ha! Of course it does.
Guy runs. Sergeant stops him. In the car, crowbar, handcuffs, rope, ice pick, ski mask, and a mask made out of pantyhose.
What did he say it was?
Burglary tools.
Burglary tools.
Burglary tools.
The pantyhose too?
Didn't come up.
So they've got him.
March 1st, 76, convicted on the Duranch kidnapping, 1 to 15 years. And that summer, they run a 90-day psychological evaluation on him. Guy named Al Carlisle.
Who finds what?
We'll get there. That's the third act. Because then Colorado wants him for a murder in Aspen. They extradite him. And that's when it gets stupid.
Stupid how?
He's representing himself. So the judge lets him use the courthouse law library.
Uh-oh.
June 7th, 77, second floor. He goes to the window, opens it, and jumps.
And that just works?
Out the window of a courthouse.
Was anyone...
Nobody was watching him. He was in there alone.
How long's he out?
6 days. They catch him. And then...
There's an and then?
December 30th, same year. County jail. He's dropped weight on purpose, and he cuts a hole in his cell ceiling.
So he was planning that for weeks before he did it.
Comes down in a closet in the jailer's apartment.
Of every room in that building, that's the one.
Walks out the front door. They don't notice for 15 hours.
So he had most of a day before anybody even looked.
By then, he's on a plane. Chicago, Ann Arbor, Atlanta. Around the 8th of January, he steps off a bus in Tallahassee, rents a room near Florida State as Chris Hagen.
And nobody in Florida has any idea.
Nobody. A week later, January 15th, he goes into a sorority house at FSU, Chi Omega.
Okay.
Margaret Bowman and Lisa Levy were killed. Karen Chandler and Kathy Kleiner were badly hurt and survived. And blocks away that same night, a student named Cheryl Thomas was attacked in her home. She survived.
In how long?
Inside the house, about 15 minutes.
I'm not going to ask anything else about that.
Good. I don't want to describe it, and you don't want to hear it. The only detail that matters legally is a bite mark. That's the physical evidence that convicts him.
And then he keeps going.
February 9th, Lake City, Florida. A 12-year-old named Kimberly Leach, taken from her junior high.
12.
12.
Yeah.
February 15th is the end of it. Pensacola. An officer named David Lee pulls over a stolen Volkswagen at 1 in the morning.
Another Volkswagen.
Another Volkswagen. There's a fight. Lee gets him down, and once he's in the car, Bundy says something I keep thinking about.
What?
I wish you had killed me.
So the trial's the famous part.
The trial is where America meets him. July 79, Miami.
First fully televised murder trial in the country.
Gavel to gavel?
Gavel to gavel. 250 reporters. 5 continents.
And he's playing to it?
He's running the room, fires his lawyers, takes over his own defense, objects, cross-examines, makes little jokes to the gallery.
And people ate that up.
People lined up outside. Women wrote him letters. Some showed up in that courtroom with their hair parted in the middle.
I hate this so much.
And everybody forgets he was offered a deal. Plead guilty, take life, chair comes off the table.
And he said no?
Because taking it meant standing up in public and saying the words out loud.
He'd rather die than admit it.
He'd rather run the room.
Okay, and then no, wait. Is the wedding thing real?
Completely real. Different trial. February 1980, Orlando, for Kimberly Leach. He's got a woman named Carol Ann Boone on the stand as a character witness. He's questioning her himself.
Right.
And he asks her to marry him on the stand. She says yes. And there's a quirk in Florida law. Declared in front of a judge in open court, it's binding.
They got married during the trial.
During his own murder trial.
While he's asking the questions.
While he's asking the questions.
That's the single most...
I know.
Okay, what happens at the end of Miami?
Convicted, July 24th. Sentenced the 31st. And the judge is Edward Cowart. He's got this steady, courtly, old Florida thing. He's the reason that footage is bearable.
And he sentences him.
To death. And the language he uses is...
Say that again. Extremely wicked, shockingly evil.
Vile. Yeah.
That's a judge talking. That's not a headline, that's a judge.
In 1979. That's a man reaching for words that don't exist yet.
Yeah.
And then, in the same breath, he says, "You'd have made a good lawyer. I would have loved to have you practice in front of me. But you went another way, partner.
Partner.
Take care of yourself," is how he ends it.
That's so much sadder than yelling at him.
It's the only moment in the whole trial where somebody talks to him like a person.
Okay, so the why. That's the thing we said we'd get to. Why is he like this?
So here's what I found, and I'll be honest, it's a mess.
Meaning nobody agrees.
The experts who spent real time with him came out with 4 different answers.
Give me them.
1. Al Carlisle, Utah, 76, 90 days. His read is that this isn't something you're born with.
What'd he say?
Years later, he put it like this. I don't believe a person is born a psychopath. I don't believe Bundy was a psychopath when he was a child.
So he made himself.
More or less. Carlisle said he started out a lonely, shy kid who found fantasy really enjoyable, and then kept going into it.
And it becomes rooms.
It becomes rooms. That's Carlisle's whole picture, a mind with walls in it.
A guy who's an actual crisis counselor in one room.
And something else in the next one. And they never touch.
The FBI guy said the same thing, kind of?
Bill Hagmaier spent more time with him at the end than anybody. His line is, Bundy had an uncanny ability to compartmentalize.
Okay, what's 2?
Dorothy Otno Lewis, 87, competency hearing. She's looking at the family history and she comes back with a medical answer.
Medical how?
She testified, I believe he was suffering a bipolar mood disorder stemming from a manic depressive illness.
So, an illness, a treatable thing.
In theory. She also said he wasn't competent to help his own attorneys.
Does anybody buy that?
It's the least popular read, but she's the one who did the family interviews. She's where the grandfather comes from, so she's not nobody.
Okay, 3. 3 is the simplest, and it's where most people land. Hervey Cleckley examined him in 79. Cleckley wrote the book on psychopathy. Literally, the book.
What was his read?
Bundy was just a clever psychopath.
That's it?
That's it. No secret, no engine. Nothing behind the eyes, and smart enough to build a face.
And 4?
4 is his own.
Oh.
The night before he died, January 23rd, 1989, he does an interview with James Dobson. And in it, he says the thing that got repeated for the next 30 years, that it was pornography.
Okay, but he is kind of blaming it.
He's doing both. That's the trick. He says, "I'm not blaming it," then describes an addiction that escalates until it stops satisfying him.
And people believe that?
A lot of people did. It was on tape. It was the last night. It sounded like confession.
What do the experts say?
Most of them think it's the last thing he ever sold anybody.
Because
Because for 15 years, he never gave a straight answer. Because he'd been trading information for stays of execution right up to that week. Because it's a story where he's the victim.
and it's the one that lets him off.
It's the only one of the four where he isn't the author.
And what did he say when he wasn't performing?
This is the part that stayed with me. Back in '80, he sat for tapes with two journalists, Michaud and Ainsworth, and he wouldn't say I, only third person, this individual. And he had names for it, an entity, the disordered self, the malignant being.
Him. He's sitting in the room talking about himself like he's not in the room.
And when they asked him if he meant a split personality, he said no. He said it wasn't two people. It was, his word was hybrid. It was in him and it was of him.
So he knew.
He knew, exactly. And he described himself once, flat out, as,
Okay.
which, that's not a man who doesn't understand himself. That's a man giving you an accurate report.
So all four experts are wrong?
Or they're each looking at a different wall of the same house. That's where I ended up.
Say more.
Carlisle's got the compartments. Lewis has the family and the moods. Cleckley's got the emptiness. Bundy's got the story that flatters him. And the only one who is in the room for all of it is the one you can't trust.
Yeah.
In the last week, he finally starts talking. January '89. Detectives from 4 states flying in. He confesses to around 30.
Around 30.
Nobody knows the real number. People who worked it think it's higher.
And that's him trading again.
Doling it out a day at a time. Trying to buy weeks.
Did it work?
No.
What was the morning like?
January 24th, 7:16 a.m., Florida State Prison at Rayford. Outside the fence, there's a crowd.
Doing what?
Cheering, setting off fireworks. There were people out there in costumes. There was a chant.
What was the chant?
Burn, Bundy, burn.
Man,
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about that part, honestly.
Me neither. I've been chewing on it for 3 days.
Because on one hand, I get it.
Of course you get it.
And on the other hand, it's a party, and none of it is about the people it happened to.
Not one bit of it.
Nobody out there is saying Linda Healy's name.
Nobody out there is saying Kimberly Leach's name.
Right.
And that's the thing I couldn't get past. All 11 hours. He's still the one everybody's looking at.
He's still running the room.
He's still running the room.
Even now.
Even now.
The wicked root of Ted Bundy. I'm Danny. That's Marcus.
Good night, everybody.